glorious getaway day for both teams and a beautiful day at Target Field for the final game of this three-game interleague series between the Rockies and the Minnesota Twins. The Twins have a chance to sweep the Rockies and maybe pick up some ground on Detroit, the lead in the Central for Minnesota, 2.5 games. And in the National League West, the Rockies off a sweep of Toronto just earlier on I guess late last week, are in danger of getting swept here today. And welcome to Target Field. A beautiful day, as we said, hot, humid, just what we want for a baseball game. Bert Blyleven and Dick Bramer bringing you this series finale. Twins won a ball game last night, 2-1. Obviously, runs were at a premium, and it's not going to be any easier tonight.
Well, what a great pitching matchup we have for you here this afternoon. For the Minnesota Twins, it'll be Francisco Liriano. You look at the numbers in his last start. He struck out 7 batters in a row at one point in that win over the Atlanta Braves. Liriano, he's got 3 pitches. He's got a very good fastball. He's got a very good changeup. But it's a slider that when he gets ahead in the count, that's the kind of, okay, see you later type of pitch. And for the Colorado Rockies, you know what? I mean, they got a great pitcher pitching too.
Well, what Liriano has done lately for the Twins, Ubaldo Jimenez has been doing all year long for Colorado.
Jimenez has been unbelievable this year. He's basically a 500 pitcher coming into this year, but he has found himself in 13 starts, 12-1, and if you go back to early April or mid-April, it was Jimenez, a no-hitter against the Atlanta Braves, the same team that Liriano struck out 11 against. But Jimenez, outstanding stuff. Both these guys from the Dominican Republic, both these guys very good friends, but not here this afternoon. They are enemies on that mound.
Two very good teams, and the best starters for the two staffs will face each other in the series finale. More about the personal side of Ubaldo Jimenez and Francisco Liriano when we come back. Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
What an absolute beautiful day for baseball in downtown Minneapolis. The Twins getting their sunshades ready. They're going for the series sweep today against the Colorado Rockies at Target Field. Welcome back to Twins Baseball on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Mikowski, and we are in for a treat today on the mound. Ubaldo Jimenez will face Francisco Liriano for the Twins, both guys from the Dominican Republic. And we take our map from Minneapolis down south to the Dominican and San Cristobal. That is where Francisco Liriano was born and raised. A little north, a little east is Nagua. Ubaldo Jimenez, born in Nagua, but raised in San Cristobal, where the two of those guys developed a relationship and a respect for one another. They work out together in the offseason with the same guy, and I had a chance to ask both of them about their relationship with one another.
We're from, San Antonio back home, so we used to work out with the same guy and back home, and we used to play catch in the same field, and I know him a little bit.
I seen him working out at the same gym where I work out, and we had talked a little bit, and we faced each other in the Dominican Winter League too.
We faced against twice in Dominican, so it's gonna be the third time this year. So I just, I wish him the best, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Stay tuned for a great pitching outfit to Ubaldo Jimenez against that man, Francisco Liriano. Twins go for the sweep on Fox Sports North. First pitch next.
See you later. Change up. That's unfair.
Ubaldo Jimenez has no hit the Atlanta Braves.
Certainly a marquee pitching matchup and a perfect way for this series to come to a close. Jimenez, the talk of the National League, and with the possible exception of Steven Strasburg, now the hardest thrower in the National League. The Menards batting order for the Rockies as they take their swings against Francisco Liriano. Carlos Gonzalez leading things off. Todd Helton hitting second. Troy Tulowitzki hitting third. Ryan Spilborg's fourth. Miguel Olivo, Melvin Mora, Brad Hawk, Chris Ionetta, Clint Barmas.
And the Chief scouting report on a guy that can get that fastball up in the upper 90s too. Francisco Liriano making his 13th start. Over his last 3 starts, lights out. 2-0 with a 2.14 ERA, 21 innings to only 2 walks with 28 strikeouts, and great success in interleague play in 9 starts, 8-1 with a 2.47 ERA.
And Liriano will face Gonzalez, Helton, and Tulowitzki to get this game started. As we mentioned before, the Rockies are coming off a sweep of Toronto and now in danger of being swept, but they've got their ace on the mound. And this should be a fun game to watch. Up and in, ball 1.
Well, Liriano has never faced the Colorado Rockies. He has only faced 2 batters in the Rockies lineup, Olivo and Mora.
1-1.
Something new again for the offense of the Rockies. It was Baker last night with a career high 12 strikeouts in 7 very good innings, allowing only 2 hits. Night before it was Carl Pavano. Look at that swing right there. Good fastball down and in.
And the Rockies, although they haven't seen Liriano's slider, have certainly heard about it and how much he relies on it when he gets a hitter to 2 strikes. And off the mitt of Butera, the catcher, 2-2.
Yeah, very windy down on the playing field. You can see the pants of Liriano kind of blowing from time to time.
Pop up back and out of play. So Liriano, who had his 11 strikeouts and 7 in a row in his last start, will try to put Gonzalez away to start the ball game here today.
Yeah, most importantly, the Twins won that game 2-1.
High fastball.
That against the Atlanta Braves. Liriano in that outing went 8 innings through 105 pitches with the 11 strikeouts. 10 quality starts in the first 12 starts for Liriano.
And he got him with the slider. 1 down.
Well, about 4 pitches ago, fastball inside here. This is a hard slider right there. Gonzalez really has no chance. Nice, tight, quick break on that slider.
Scott Baker said after the game last night, the scouting report the Twins had on the Rockies, they're a very aggressive hitting team. They do a lot of early swinging in the at bat. He tried to use that to his advantage, and I would imagine Liriano would try to do the same here today.
Yeah, when you're facing a team that like Colorado that likes the fastball, they want to get that fastball early and swing. You can toy with them a little bit, and I think that's what Baker did last night. He had good placement of that fastball, and then he struck a lot of the outs of the Rockies on that good hard breaking ball.
There's a liner to left and a base hit for Helton. So Helton gets the first hit of the game. Let's check out the Northland Ford defense for the Minnesota Twins. Delman Young in left, Denard Span in center, Michael Kanier in right. Danny Valencia, Nick Punto on the left side of the infield, Matt Tolbert, Justin Morneau on the right side. Joe Mauer got dinged up a little bit throughout the game last night, so he is not in the lineup. He is not the designated hitter. Drew Butera doing the catching.
Yeah, that base hit by Helton right there, only the 12th hit in 64 batters that Liriano has faced as a left-handed hitter. Is yet to walk a left-handed hitter.
Here's Tulowitzki. And squirted foul, 1 strike.
You can see Tulowitzki going up there. I'm going to look for that fastball. And that's where you put a little sink on it right there. Tulowitzki getting it off the end of his bat. Tulowitzki swinging a hot bat over his last 25 ball games, hitting .322. 8 home runs. He's driven in 18 runs over the last 25 games. Hit a home run here the other night in the first inning against Carl Pavano.
Looking at his stance, a very erect stance. Looks a little bit to me like Frank Thomas in his heyday. I mean, straight up and down, no bent knees, nothing just about as tall as he can be in the batter's box. And here's a drive to center. Span over. Can't make the play, and it'll go to the wall. Helton around second, on his way at third. They're going to wave him in after hesitating. And now it'll be a triple for Tulowitzki. And the first run of the game goes to Colorado. Helton kind of hesitated coming into third, but then got the wave home and scored the run.
Yeah, Rich Dower, the third base coach, wanting to make sure how this ball was played, maybe in deep center, but Tulowitzki went down, hit that ball sharply, past the diving Denard Span. By the time he could get up, you see Helton right there, and you saw Rich Dwyer right there, sending him home. So Tulowitzki with his first triple of the year and the 22nd triple for the Rockies. That's the most in the major leagues.
Infield in, Spilborgh's at the plate, and that ball gets away. Actually, it hits Spilborg. So Liriano hits the cleanup hitter, and Tulowitzki will go back to third. So Liriano giving up a single, a triple, now a hit batter.
Well, the breaking ball right here, getting the right foot of Spilborgh's. So the second hit batsman of the year for Liriano.
In today's game, we're participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this game will raise $17,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE or go online to www.pcf.org. 59 home runs hit have raised just over $1 million. And now home plate umpire Jerry Crawford getting some attention from Twins trainer Dave Prumer.
It looks like the right knee. Right knee or the ankle right here of Jerry Crawford, the crew chief here.
Yeah, off the left foot of Spilborgh's and then off the right knee area of the home plate umpire.
Yeah, umpires wear those shin guards like the catchers do, but you can kind of see that angle right there, hitting it on the side of that right knee.
And Butera will give signs in front of the plate in the event Spilborgh's takes off for second. Olivo, the hitter. Burke mentioned Olivo, the only player on the Rockies who has some history with Liriano. It's been a good history. He's had some success.
Yeah, Olivo 4 for 13 with a home run. Melvin Moore, the other one, at 0 for 3 in his career. Olivo having a very solid season for the Rockies in his first year with the Rockies.
And that's a little looper to center, and Jimenez is going to have a quick 2-0 lead. So Olivo drops a single to center, and 4 batters in a row have reached against Liriano.
Well, you know what, in the pregame, Tim Laudner said this might be a high-scoring game. You just don't know when you have 2 great pitchers on the mound. Hopefully the Twins bats can do exactly what the Rockies have been able to do against Liriano. Jumping on that first pitch, jumping on the fastball, and hitting it sharply right there. Olivo picks up his 29th RBI of the year.
And now Mora. The fastball sails away. Mora playing at third. He's played a couple of other infield positions for the Rockies this year. And that's a liner to left field. Spilborgh's to third. They're going to wave him in. Here's Delman Young's throw. Cut off, and now they've got the runner hung up between second and third. And an out. But another run for the Rockies on the 4th hit of the inning.
Well, tough go around right now for Francisco Liriano. The slider staying up. And Mora getting that ball sharply. Good strong throw by Delman Young. He hits the cutoff man. And then the rundown right there gets the out at second base.
So 3 first-inning runs for the Rockies. In Liriano's 2 prior starts in June, 15 innings and a total of 2 runs allowed. And now the second hit battered. Brad Haupt hit by the first pitch, and that got Jerry Crawford. And he has really had, maybe the only one on the field has had a rougher first inning than Francisco Liriano. And Rick Anderson's going to come to the mound and see if Liriano's okay.
You better check on the umpire, too. Crawford doing a lot of walking. Dave Prumer again out to see if he's okay. Not the way you want to start your day when you're the umpire behind home plate. On a warm day here in Minnesota.
A wildly erratic Francisco Liriano here in the first inning. A quick trip to the mound by the pitching coach. And some level of concern for the home plate umpire, Jerry Crawford.
Just take a look right there, right off the hip of Hawk, and then that ends up smoking home plate umpire Jerry Crawford.
And in each case, the deflection crossed in front of the catcher, Drew Butera. That's how rare this is. That pitch down and into a right-handed batter stung the right side of the umpire, and just the opposite happened here. Crawford's going to try to endure the dings he's taken here in this first inning and continue on. And meanwhile, Liriano trying to figure out what in the world's going on here.
Well, Jerry Crawford behind the plate. He's been in baseball for 33 years. The crew chief here.
6 straight batters have reached. Swing and a miss by Iannetta. 1 hit batter in 80 2/3 innings, and then Liriano's hit 2 batters here in this first inning. And 1-1. Iannetta serving as the designated hitter. Rockies start the game with 3 left-handed hitters on the bench. He's just all over the place.
Well, just trying to overthrow right now. You know, Drew Butera catching him right there. He's gone out a couple times to try to settle him down. You know, you go over the hitters before, you can see Butera right there kind of say, come on, you know, keep the ball down in the strike zone, work with me.
And that slider darting down and in, and it almost hit Iannetta. Well, a perplexed Twins manager and pitching coach here with Liriano back-to-back tremendous starts and a very rough first inning.
Iannetta should get a fastball right here. And it's out. And the first walk of the inning, but the 4th run scored by the Rockies.
No, now the walk filling the bases.
Excuse me, loading the bases.
Beautiful weather here. 82 degrees. Mostly sunny, windy, and some humidity. The fans, of course, in Minnesota enjoying their first season outdoors in nearly 30, but they're not particularly fond of what they've seen here in this first inning. Suddenly a big at bat. Barmas, the ninth man, to bat here in the first inning, and he takes a strike.
Yeah, I forgot Olivo was tagged out at second base for the 2nd out. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And 25 pitches for Liriano here in the first inning.
He has retired only the first batter he's faced, and Butera has to dig that out. 1-1.
You know, you warm up in that bullpen for 15 minutes. You feel good coming out, and then that first inning, always the toughest inning to get through. And Liriano needs an out right here so he can go sit down and regroup, and hopefully the Twins offense can get these runs back. Good slider right there by Liriano.
And his fastball seems to be sailing all over the place, so as he tries to extract himself from this tough first inning, he, I would imagine, going to rely on that slider one more time. Fastball gets the inside corner.
It would have got you too.
Yep. A rough first inning, and Ubaldo Jimenez has an early 3-0 lead. Top of the first inning, the Menards batting order for the Twins has Denard Span leading off. Matt Tolbert, Justin Morneau, Jason Kubel, Michael Kadire, Delman Young. A lot of those hitters moving up a spot with Mauer out of the lineup. Danny Valencia's had a good series. Nick Punto and Drew Butera. And Span will lead things off. And he takes strike one.
Ubaldo Jimenez working for the Colorado Rockies. What a year he's had so far. Leading the majors with 12 wins. The best ERA in the major leagues, 1.16. Now, he has faced the Twins once before, a couple years ago, in Colorado, and Nick Blackburn and the Twins beat him 4-2.
Span, a one-hopper skipped to Tulowitzki. No throw, Helton with the stretch, one away. Check out the Rockies in the field. Spilborghs in left, Gonzalez in center, Brad Hoff in right. Mora, Tulowitzki, Parmas, Helton around the infield. And in his first year with the Rockies, Miguel Olivo behind the plate.
Yeah, Francisco Liriano, the American League Pitcher of the Month in April. And Jimenez, both of them from the Dominican Republic. I guess he had to top him. He wasn't only the Pitcher of the Month in the National League in April, he was also the Pitcher of the Month in the National League in May. That's how good this guy has been.
First time that a pitcher had won that award in back-to-back months since C.C. Sabathia did it right after the trade to the Brewers. Fouled back by Tolbert. All right, well, then let's check out the June starts. Maybe somebody else can win. Well, he beat the Diamondbacks, 7 innings, couple of earned runs. And then in a rain-shortened game against the Blue Jays, 5 innings, he gave up 3 earned runs, walked 6. But he's still 2-0 in the month of June.
Yep. Yeah, in that Toronto game in Colorado, it was kind of a wet, damp evening, and after the ball game, they were concerned because he gave up 3 earned runs. Like, what's wrong with you? In 5 innings, he said, it was really damp, and I had a tough time gripping that ball. The mound was wet. Where he landed, didn't feel comfortable.
None of those issues will be present here in today's game.
Well, he's a right-hander that pretty much works straight over the top. And that pitch right there not called by home plate umpire Jerry Crawford.
That one slapped to left and a fair ball by inches. And Tolbert streaks into second with a 1-out double. Well, Liriano retired the first batter and then saw the inning slip away from him. And we'll see what the Twins can do with Tolbert's 1-out double.
Jimenez, one thing, opponents are hitting just 180 off of him. Left-handed hitters 195, right-handers 166. Tolbert got a pitch down, and that ball just lands in their territory. So Tolbert continues to swing a pretty good bat as of late. his first double of the year.
Here is Morneau moving up to the third spot in the batting order. Bauer's typical place. And a strike at the knees.
Jimenez has a great fastball. He'll get that fastball in the hundreds at times. 100, 101. Very hard slider. And then a very good changeup. Has a split finger.
Just missing the inside corner at 98 miles per hour. Morneau's been stuck on 13 home runs. This is the final game of a 9-game homestand for the Twins. They've yet to see a home run from Mauer, Morneau, Cuddyer, or Thome. 2-1. And Jimenez, one of the many things he does well, he keeps the ball in the ballpark. He's only given up 2 home runs this year. 3 home runs, I beg your pardon. Foul back, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, both these pitchers here, they, Liriano's only given up a couple. Jimenez only 3. So both these guys are very, very tough to hit against.
2-2. With Tolbert at second and 1 away.
Twins would like to answer back that 3 runs the Rockies put up in the first inning.
There's a liner caught by the second baseman, and Tolbert alertly stays close to second base. 2 down. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition.
That looked like Justin right there just got jammed a little bit.
Jason Kubel has enjoyed this homestand and has hit some home runs, including a home run earlier in game 1 of this series.
On the homestand, Kubel hitting .379. He's hit 3 home runs with 7 runs driven in. Well, most importantly, he's also scored 10 runs.
And there's a first pitch strike. Three home runs in the homestand for Kubel. Fastball up and fouled it back. 2 strikes.
Well, the bright sunshine here creating a lot of shadows.
Lifted to left field, and Spilborghs retreats near the warning track to make the catch. Twins get a double from Tolbert. Leave him aboard. It's 3-0 after 1. Minnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. Beautiful part of this beautiful state, the Duluth Canal Park. And there's an ore boat passing through the canal to the harbor. The Lake Superior Maritime Visitor Center tells details of the Great Lakes shipping history, including some of the tragic shipwrecks, including the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. First pitch popped up near third. Valencia in foul ground makes the play on the warning track, and Liriano will take all of that he can get after a very rough first inning. He gets a first pitch out in the second.
Well, again, I've been through rough innings like that, especially early on. You have to get a pitcher like Liriano or Jimenez early before they get into a groove. Liriano, I'm sure, went back to the dugout, which he did, sat with pitching coach Rick Anderson, and just had a chance to kind of think about that first inning, and hopefully from here on out he'll put some zeros on the board.
See, Liriano and Mauer has been a pretty good matchup. Mauer not catching because he took a bunch of foul balls in last night's game. And, of course, a noon game after a night game, a challenge for any catcher. Miguel Olivo did not catch last night for the Rockies and is in there today. 1-1 to Helton, who started the 3-run first with a single to left. 2-1. Two and two. Helton with a home run in game one of this series, just his second of the year. And Liriano freezes him with a breaking ball. 2 down. Tim Laudner as a catcher, what can you do to help a pitcher like Liriano get back on the beam?
Well, you just try to settle him down a little bit. 3 runs in the first inning may seem like a lot against a guy like Jimenez, but you know what? You might want to just say, hey, you know what? It is what it is. That inning, forget about it. Keep him at 3. You know we're going to score some runs off this guy. Let's just keep taking him 1 inning at a time.
And that's all you can do, Tim, right there. I mean, you can't bring back that first inning, but what you can do is sit down with my catcher, Drew Butera, and say, okay, what do you see that I need to improve on? And then just take a deep breath. And that's hopefully what they've had a chance to do.
You know, in the first inning, I thought he was pinching off his slider pretty hard. A lot of them in the dirt. He just needs to relax and let that slider do its work like he's been doing all year long.
Infield pop-up. Valencia with a catch and a 1-2-3 second inning for Liriano.
We're seeing Francisco Liriano take on Ubaldo Jimenez, 2 friends from the Dominican Republic who are both happy for each other's success.
I'm really happy for him. You know, he has a tough time last year, and then he came out of surgery. He's doing really good. He's one of the best pitchers right now in the big league, so I'm really happy for him.
I'm really happy about it, because I think he's a great person, and he's been working pretty hard, trying to, throw that right. So I'm very happy for him.
So Jimenez having a breakout year at 12-1 this season. Francisco Liriano credits Ubaldo Jimenez. He helped him in 2007 recover from that Tommy John surgery. So both these guys, admiration for one another. I think any day but today.
Kadire with a tapper to short. Tulowitzki with an easy play, one away. And that'll bring up Delmon Young. You know, you look at Jimenez's numbers on the year, and you can cut it up any way you want. He is 8-0 with a 0.91 earned run average after a Rocky loss. And you think, well, that's outstanding. And then you really look closer at it. He's just as good after a Rocky win. You look at a situation like this, you say, well, he's the guy that Jim Tracy wants out there to stop a little 2-game skid. But he's good every time they send him out there.
Well, 12-1 with a 1.16 ERA. Kind of like Zach Greinke started last year without the wins. You know, Greinke had a lot of no decisions early on, but he was pitching exactly like Jimenez is here this year.
2 quick strikes to Delmon Young.
Jimenez has only given up, coming into the ballgame, 57 hits in 93 1/3 innings.
Check swing and a foul tip.
And with 34 walks, I mean, that's a total of 91. He's actually faced less than one batter per inning. Delmon trying to hold up, but the ball off his bat.
Young trying to flex that left hand when he got pinched on the bat.
Oh, remember, he got hit in last night's ball game.
Still 2 strikes. And a curve inside, 1-2.
Yeah, just trying to overthrow that breaking ball right there. And coming into the ball game, 84 strikeouts in 93 1/3 innings for Jimenez.
And Delmon Young, for whatever reason, is now 4 for 4 against Ubaldo Jimenez. And he drops a base hit to right center field with 1 out in the second.
Oh, pretty good hitting right there. He took an 0 last night, stopped an 11-game hitting streak for Delmon Young, and right here just kind of takes the pitch the other way. See how strong he is right there. His right hand almost came off the bat, but the ball hit sharply into right center.
Here's Danny Valencia. Valencia, one of a couple of players on the Twins roster holding his breath right now because the Twins hope that Orlando Hudson will be available to them, and they'll be able to bring him off the disabled list before the game tomorrow in Philadelphia. There's a chopper back to the mound, and it'll be a 1-4-3 double play. Helton almost pulled the foot a little early, but on one pitch, Jimenez gets a double play ball off of Valencia. Text us who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Delman Young got a base hit, so he's leading right now. Francisco Liriano trying to recover from that rough first inning. He'll face Spielborg, Olivo, and Mora here in the third.
Spielborg's a hit by pitch in that first inning, where Liriano ended up hitting two guys in that inning.
It's kind of a buy one get one free, though. He hit the batter and they got the home plate umpire in the same pitch. Jerry Crawford had a tough first inning. Grounder to Valencia. He's made all the plays over there. He makes that one away. Lincoln Mercury key stat with Valencia turning in the first out of the inning. The interleague record since 2006. And the Twins tied with the Tigers, who were off to a good start in their interleague record this year.
The Tigers currently on a 5-game winning streak, so the Twins would like to come back and win this ball game. Tigers up right now 2-0 over the Washington Nationals in Detroit.
And the White Sox trying to climb back to 500 on the strength of a soft interleague schedule. Pirates committed 6 errors in the game last night on their way to their 10th loss in a row. Hard to overcome that if you're a pitcher, to see 6 errors.
We see the Tigers just 2.5 behind the Twins. Chicago 4 games under 500.
2-1. Twins.
Olivo, an RBI base hit in that first inning.
3-1.
Yeah, right now Liriano kind of opening up a little bit too quick. That ball kind of going all over the place. And again, Butera just trying to calm him down.
Foul back, 3-2.
Oh, you see this fastball he wants, away right there. You can see, hey, Tim Laudner, you know what? When you have a pitcher like Liriano that's very aggressive, as a catcher, we've seen Butera a couple times, ground ball to Tolbert right here for the second out. But as a catcher, how do you try to calm him down?
Well, you just tell him what kind of good stuff he's got today, and just to relax a little bit, take a breather. Might take an extra trip to the mound. It gets kind of frustrating when you're behind the plate and you want a pitch on the inside half of the plate and it's on the outside half, or if you want a pitch that you've called for on the outside half and he throws it on the inside half and you're certainly not in sync. That happens sometimes. Pitchers struggle sometimes, and as a catcher, you just want to make sure that you calm them down, get them relaxed, try to get them squared up in the middle of the plate and work from there again.
Well, Butera looks to me, Tim, that that's kind of his forte is, handling his staff and giving you a low target. That's the type of catcher that he is. Not much offense, but great defensive catcher.
And that's why he's on this ball club, because he is the backup catcher, and that's what he can do, and that's what he adds to this ball club.
In the first inning, 7 straight batters reached. Since then, Liriano has retired 7 straight.
And prior to that was kind of trying to shake his left hand. It looked like he actually cut the back of his hand, unless that's left over from being hit by the pitch in last night's game. Here's Nick Punto to start the third against Ubaldo Jimenez. Jimenez will face Punto, Butera, and Span.
Yeah, Punto been swinging a good bat. Ron Coomer was kind of talking about the feet of Nick Punto last night, and it's starting to pay off over his last 9 ball games, hitting .367. The 11 hits in his last 30 at bats.
Two and one to Punto. Punto typically hitting 9th, but with Mauer out of the lineup, he moves up to 8th, and Butera takes over the 9th spot. Two and two.
Well, last night Ron Coomer was talking about Nick Punto prior. Really kind of struggling a little bit, more or less hitting on his heel right there, especially that plant foot. And then right there in last night's ball game, more of a flat foot. So, Ron Coomer was talking about more, hey, you know what, hit first and then run later. Jimenez picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. Good fastball to Nick Punto. Good fastball, good location. You see Oliva wanting that ball down, and the ball had some movement on it.
One gone, and here's Drew Butera. Down and in, ball one. Butera's first year with the Twins. Hoping to catch a game in Philadelphia. His father, Sal, will be on a scouting trip to Philadelphia. Sal, of course, longtime Major League backup catcher, a couple of stints with the Twins. Sal Butera has not seen Drew Butera play as a major leaguer yet. And so Drew hoping that he'll get a start either Saturday or Sunday in Philadelphia. 1-1. Two and one.
Jimenez, 26 years old, just like Liriano. He's about 3 months younger than Liriano. In his 5th season with the Rockies, making his 97th career start.
3-1. That's pulled foul, and it's 3-2. Bernard Span on deck. Just off the plate, and the number 9 hitter draws a walk. So Butera aboard with one away. You can ask us a question or offer up a comment at carsoup.com/baseball. Earlier we showed you the Harbor in Duluth, Minnesota. Drew Larson from Duluth wondering who's the best pitcher to come from the Dominican Republic.
Pretty good ones right there. Hall of Famer Juan Marichal and maybe Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez. Philadelphia Phillies have again shown interest in Pedro Martinez maybe coming out of retirement.
Right to Helton, out at first, and Butera out at second. So for the second inning in a row, the Twins get a base runner with one out. And on the very next pitch, Jimenez gets a ground ball double play. Trying to come back after a rough first inning.
Yeah, Liriano gave up 3 runs, 4 hits in that first inning and left with bases loaded. So the Rockies taking that early 3-0 lead. And Jimenez putting up 3 zeros on only 36 pitches. For Liriano, he's retired the last 7 straight. He has 47 pitches in the ballgame. No walks. Or excuse me, 1 walk for Liriano, 2 hit batsmen with 3 strikeouts.
So Jimenez staked to an early 3-0 lead, and now Liriano will face the bottom third of the Rocky batting order, Hawk, Iannetta, and Barmes. Tigers have a 2-0 lead on the Nationals in the top of the 4th inning at Comerica Park. 1 strike. Up and in. One and 2. Hop hit by a pitch his first time up. Past a diving Morneau, and a leadoff hit here in the 4th, so the string of 7 straight batters retired was snapped with Hop's leadoff single. An exciting online auction going on at twinsbaseball.com. The Twins Wives organization is calling it the Clubhouse Cleanout event. They put together great packages that include autographed and game-worn merchandise or the use of Jim Tomey's personal suite for a game in August. You can go to twinsbaseball.com, click on the community tab, and look at all the auction items and place your bid. Proceeds will benefit the Twins Wives organization and the Twins Community Fund. Here's Iannetta. Twins have bounced into a couple of double plays. Liriano hopeful of getting one here in the 4th. Well, how about that?
There we go. 1 pitch.
1, 2. Iannetta accommodates Liriano 2 away here in the 4th.
Yeah, the Twins have hit into 77 double plays. That's the most in the major leagues, and that was the 51st time that an opponent has hit into a double play. Nice quick turn, 1 pitch, 2 outs. Pitcher's best friend.
Clint Barmes coming up with the bases empty. One and 0. Barmes took a called 3rd strike on a fastball to end that ragged first inning. Fouled back here, and it's 1-1. Liriano picked a terrible time to have his worst inning of the year. Don't know how the game's going to turn out, but looking back at his season, I can't recall an inning where he struggled with his control so mightily.
That's the 3rd time this year he's had a 3-run inning that he has allowed. 1 here against the Orioles. Line drive.
Valencia fires across. A 9-pitch, 3-batter 4th inning for Liriano. to Ubaldo Jimenez. 3-0, and Matt Tolbert, who doubled against Jimenez, will lead off the fourth.
Yeah, Jimenez only 36 pitches, 23 for strikes, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
You know, sometimes against a dominant pitcher, a top shelf pitcher like Jimenez, teams will adopt a wait and see approach, try to take some pitches, get his pitch count up. And Tolbert with another knock against Jimenez. Leadoff single here in the fourth. Ron Gardenhire was asked about the challenges of facing Ubaldo Jimenez.
One of the reports said it's like facing a closer for 9 innings. That's not good. That's not the kind of report you want to look at. So that tells you that he's electric. I mean, he's throwing a fastball 95 to 100 miles an hour with a hard hammer, and that's just great stuff. And we've faced great pitchers before, so you just have to find a way.
And the Twins, I guess, to use Gardenhire's term, try to find a way to give Jimenez a blown save here after being staked to an early 3-0 lead. But, you know, the top shelf starters, sometimes teams will try to run the pitch count up, get into some deep counts and all that. But against most of those top shelf starters, that doesn't work because they throw so many strikes. You look at Roy Halladay, Jimenez, and the premier pitchers typically don't go deep in counts because if they miss with one, they're not going to miss with another pitch.
Well, yeah, but to be honest with you, Dick, Jimenez really coming into the year, he was known as a guy that really struggled with his control. It's just this year that, you know, a lot of things have gone his way.
Right.
Coming into the year, 228 walks and 506 career innings pitched. That's that's about 4 or 5 walks per 9 innings. But so far this year, he's found that groove of a, and he says himself that, he's starting to learn how to pitch a little bit. Doesn't have a lot of major league experience as far as only, 97 major league starts here this afternoon.
3-1 to Morneau with Tolbert at first and nobody out. A high fly to left center field. Spilborghs is there for the catch in the gap, 1 away. Morneau retired, and that'll bring up Kubel. Almost as if hitters, when they hit the ball to the opposite field, know it's certainly not going to be a home run. There have been only 2 opposite field home runs hit in this ballpark.
Yeah, but going back to Roy Halladay, I don't think you can put Jimenez in Roy Halladay's type class yet, because Halladay's done it year after year. This is a young man that almost like a Wayne Simpson. Remember back in the 70s, he pitched for the Cincinnati Reds. He was like 16-1 at the All-Star break, and then you never heard from him after that. It was just a stretch that he was just pitching great. And the Rockies hope that, this young 26-year-old can continue this. It was kind of like Zach Greinke last year. Greinke, everything went right. Well, where's he at this year? He has really struggled to try to get some wins.
1-0 to Kubel. And now 2-0. A little alarming for the Rockies. Here's Jimenez just about running the table, 12-1, and yet the Rockies are only 1 game over 500. And Tolbert again back to the bag. Trying to do something with his leadoff single just to get a run up on the board would be a lift to the Twins and the 40,000 or so here today. Foul back, 2-1.
If Jimenez was 6-6 rather than 12-1, the Rockies would be, 7-8 games under 500. So this guy has meant a lot to the Rockies.
And Kubel with a nice take on the breaking ball. It's 3-1.
Yeah, he's got that split finger that looks like a breaking ball. I was asking George Frazier about that, and the color analyst for the Twins, and he throws that split finger, and it almost drops straight down. See the movement of that pitch.
Fox Tracks brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Second straight batter where Jimenez has fallen behind 3-1, and now a ground ball to first. Helton to Tulowitzki, back to first, and another double play. Third inning in a row where the Twins have hit into an inning-ending double play.
Target Field. I'm Robbie Smikowski in the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle. I've got $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Esther here, who's from Cold Spring, Minnesota. And Bert, you'll love this. She made this sign, and she's beating you at your own game. It's only 154 days until her 90th birthday. How about that? This is a homemade sign that she made. And Dick, for you, she goes, that's a call. She has a prediction. 7-4 Twins is her prediction for the ball game today. And Esther, your first time here, what are your impressions?
It's awesome. I have never expected it to look like this, even though you see it on TV, but it's not the same.
Very nice, Esther. Well, we're glad you were able to make it out to Target Field, and 154 days till we can say happy birthday to you.
Wait, I'll wait for it.
She'll wait for it, Bert.
Well, Esther, happy birthday coming, and 293 more days until my birthday, Esther, just in case she gets this on tape.
Shattered bat, and did it hit Liriano? The batter is retired, but where, if at all, did that bat hit Liriano? My goodness. He may have skipped the rope, miraculously avoiding getting hit by the helicopter blade that was coming at him.
That's tough because, you know, as a pitcher, you're following the ball. You're not following the barrel of the bat. Larry on to last second, leaping to get out of the way. Might have got a heel right there, but the ball deflected over to second base.
Wow.
Nice jumping jack.
Proving once again that pitchers are the best athletes on the team.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you said it.
Not with as much conviction as you say it, but here's Helton. Oh, weak little ground ball to the right side, and Liriano displaying the form he's shown this summer after that rough first inning. He's been pretty tough for the Rockies to deal with ever since. AT&T trivia question. Which Twins pitcher has the most career wins in interleague play?
Well, since 1997, the Twins are 38 games over 500, 137 and 99.
Here's Tulowitzki.
I mentioned earlier, Liriano has won 8 games in 9 starts in interleague play.
Well, a right-handed pitcher comes to my mind.
Mr. Ratke?
Yep.
Baker last night with a win. That was his 8th interleague victory.
Two 2-0 to Tulowitzki, who drove in the first run of the game. A line drive to Span's right. He dove for it, didn't get it. The ball went all the way to the deepest part of the park, and Tulowitzki drove in Helton and ended up at third base with an RBI triple.
Nice grab by the fan. Yes.
Two on one to the Colorado shortstop. 3-1. Shaving the outside corner to fill the count.
Well, 3-1. See Butera sitting outer half, and a good pitch right there to make it 3-2.
Stroke foul, and
what a
great
grab.
catch by a fan in the front row.
He just put his glove up, and the ball found his glove.
And saved the gentleman in the fishing shirt behind him. Wow.
See if we can follow the ball right there. He just kind of reached up and said, "Thank you very much."
Full count to Tulowitzki. And he misses with an off-speed pitch. A 2-0 walk will get Spilborghs to the plate.
A second walk for Liriano.
A reminder to go to FoxSportsNorth.com and vote for the Twins' top memorable moment you'd like to see replayed here on Fox Sports North. The choices are Kent Hrbek's grand slam in Game 6 of the '87 World Series, or Kirby Puckett's walk-off in Game 6 of the '91 World Series. And we'll air the winning highlight during the postgame show. That'll be coming up after our broadcast here today. Spilborghs at the plate. A couple of weeks ago hitting just .217. Now the batting average up at .278.
Yeah, Twins will keep an eye on Tulowitzki. He has 7 stolen bases in 9 attempts. A throw over already.
Ball one.
Liriano pretty tough to run against. Pretty quick home. Butera going out because a lot of times, and the catchers do for the Minnesota Twins, will give more than one sign with a runner at first base. So that runner doesn't peek in. If he does peek in, he'll see more than just one finger.
1-0 to Spilborghs. Big swing and a miss. Spilborghs with a great series in the 3-game sweep over Toronto. 6 extra base hits, 3 home runs. Swing and a foul.
Good changeup right there by Liriano.
1-2. Foul tip. Butera hangs on. A strikeout for Liriano. His 4th of the ball game, and a scoreless top of the 5th. Target Field, and it's a beautiful day in Minneapolis. Tim Laudner, Robbie Ince-Mikowski, Burt Blylev, and Dick Bramer here. The Rockies getting 3 first-inning runs, and Ubaldo Jimenez has kept the Twins in check thanks to 3 ground ball double plays. Here's Kadire to start the 5th, and he takes strike 1.
Yeah, Twins have hit into 9 double plays in this 3-game series so far.
Just off the plate, 1-1. Kadire with a bouncer to short. '51st pitch of the game by Jimenez, and Kadire fouls it straight back. As dominant as he's been, he has not routinely racked up bunches of strikeouts. Just once this year in his 13 starts did he reach double digits in strikeouts. 2-2. Another bouncer to short. Tulowitzki fires on the run, 1 away. Delman Young with a base hit his first time up, and in batting practice routinely going very, very deep to left field.
Yeah, he's one of these guys in batting practice you like to watch, because at 5 o'clock he can hit the heck out of that ball, I'll tell you that. I mean, he'll hit up to the triple deck up there. That ball right there just keeps going and going and going right into the light rail. But here in his first at bat, good at bat, going to work the count in his favor, and did that. Hit the ball the other way, but into right field for a base hit.
Helton makes the play. 2 quick outs here in the 5th, and Valencia coming to the plate. I was talking with Jason Giambi before the game today about the ballpark, and he said it sure carries more in batting practice than it does in game time. Now that's with batting practice occurring late in the afternoon, game time the first 2 games of this series at 7 o'clock. And I think that's been the consensus among the Twins players too, that when they're taking batting practice late in the afternoon, balls are jumping all over the place, and for some reason when the stadium is full and the game is on, the ball doesn't carry as well.
Well, maybe we need Scotty Alger to pitch for the other team. Rich Del Masick, trade him to the other team, put him on the mound.
We like to do in Little League, coach pitch.
Yeah.
Valencia hit into a double play his first time up. Mentioned earlier, Valencia going to be watching the clock and the hoping for the best here with Orlando Hudson. The Twins hope ready to come off the disabled list. The Twins would have to make a roster move to accommodate Hudson's return. Ron Gardenhire saying before the game today that they will wait until the Twins take early batting practice tomorrow in Philadelphia before determining whether Hudson is ready to hit right-handed and left-handed and be a full-time player.
Well, whatever happens, Dick, I mean, Valencia has gotten some big hits. He picked up his first RBI here the other night. Extra base hit last night. Done a good job at third. He has not made an error. Again, the Twins have not made an error yet at third base.
Headed up the middle and threw for a hit to Valencia. Gets a 2-out single. Twins have had at least one base runner. In fact, only one base runner in each of the first 5 innings.
Yeah, Jimenez has not had a 1-2-3 inning. And Tulowitzki right there probably thought he should have stayed with that ball, kind of stayed down, maybe expecting that ball to come up as it scoots into center field. So good solid swing. And just out of the reach.
So far, Jimenez has struck out just one, and it was Punto leading off the 3rd inning.
Well, you're probably sitting at home and say, well, at least they can't hit into a double play here.
Punto flips it foul.
Yeah, Twins hit it 9 double plays. Here on Tuesday night, 3. Last night, 3. So far here tonight, 3 double plays hit into. Been kind of a nuisance for the Twins. you're facing a guy, though, like Jimenez, that has already had 10 ground ball outs. So good sinking fastball along with that splitter, and then the hard breaking ball.
2 quick strikes to Punto. The task pretty tough, of course. Jimenez given an early 3-0 lead. He only gave up 3 runs in April, 4 runs in the month of May, and 5 runs so far in June. But so far, nothing to the Twins tonight. He retires Punto on 3 pitches.
The Phillies with some really nice weather heading into tomorrow. Clear skies will be in abundance, nice and warm. First pitch temperatures in the 80s. Can't beat that. It's not going to be all that humid either, so should be very, very pleasant.
And it is very pleasant. The Rockies have a 3-0 lead, and as they hit here in the 6th inning, Miguel Olivo leads it off, taking a fastball for strike 1.
Well, after that rough inning, Liriano's really settled down. He needed 28 pitches in that first inning, but over the last 4 innings, 4 shutout innings, needed only 43 pitches total.
Swing, miss, and it's 1-2.
Looked like a good changeup right there at 83 miles an hour.
We've seen Liriano take the stage in some very impressive pitching matchups. We saw him outpitch Roger Clemens a couple years ago in Houston. There's a called 3rd strike. Liriano gets his 5th strikeout. Father's Day is Sunday, and you can get Dad a great gift from a Twins Pro Shop or at the Majestic Athletic Twins Clubhouse store. Twins Pro Shops are located in Apple Valley, Roseville, and Minnetonka, or you can stop by here at Target Field. The Majestic Athletic Clubhouse store is open 7 days a week. So Liriano isn't in unfamiliar territory here. He's used to being matched up against some dominant opposing pitchers. When you did that, did you, I know you look forward to it, but did it change your preparation?
No, they were matched up against me. That's the way I looked at it. You can't really say, I'm going to face Catfish Hunter. If I face Catfish Hunter and Nolan Ryan, my goal is to go out and put some zeros on the board, and hope my team can score me some runs. I never looked at it that, that I'm against somebody. No, they're against me. That's the attitude that I have.
Fouled away down the right field line. 1-2.
I think that's what Jimenez did, against Liriano, and Liriano against Jimenez. They knew that this was going to be a good pitching matchup, and whoever broke first might be the loser. Well, maybe it's Liriano with the 3 runs in the first inning, but he can't do anything about it other than do exactly what he's been able to do and keep his club in the game, and hopefully the Twins offense can pick him up.
Fly ball right center field. Kadire comes in and he catches it in front of Span. Out number 2. And our trivia question. I think the answer is Brad Radke, but I'm not sure. Question brought to you by AT&T. And it is Johan Santana.
Wow, a lot of wins. We'll get a chance to see Johan when we go to New York to play the Mets.
Here's Hawk. And he dribbles it up the line. That's going to stay in the grass, and Butera picks it up and finishes off the inning with a nice fielding play. 3 up, 3 down. The Rockies go quickly in the 6th. Time now for the Coors Light freeze can.
Wow, Jimenez has not made many mistakes, and that's not a bad pitch right there, but it's Matt Tolbert who has 2 of the 4 hits for the Twins. Both pretty good pitches down, and Tolbert just slapping him in the left field.
The Frostbrewed Coors Light freeze can. Drew Butera swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. 1 strike.
I'd like to say happy 85th birthday to Donna Christian from Minot, Minnesota, or excuse me, North Dakota. Minot, North Dakota. Donna, happy 85th birthday to you.
2 strikes to Butera. He'll be followed by Span and Tolbert. Tigers have opened up a 5-0 lead on Washington. If that score holds and the Twins don't turn this game around, Minnesota's lead in the Central will be trimmed back to a game and a half. Breaking ball gets Butera, and the 3rd strikeout for Jimenez.
Well, Jimenez struck out Punto to end the 5th inning on a good breaking ball. That's more of a slider. The one to Punto is more of a curveball straight down. So tight rotation right there. Gets Butera on the called 3rd strike.
Now Span has hit a couple of ground balls. There have been 2 outfield flies hit by the Twins, both of them caught by left fielder Spilborghs. Everything else has been hit on the ground or the handful of base hits that the Twins have. Two and 0. And a strike on the outside corner. Rockies return home after the game. The Twins go to Philadelphia. where they're expecting some very hot and humid weather. Inside, 3-1. Seen a handful of 3-ball counts from Jimenez, but only the 1 walk to Butera. 5 3-ball counts so far. Solidly stroked to center and spans aboard with a 1-out single. So now the guy who's got 2 of the Twins hits will hope to get a third with a man aboard and 1 out.
One thing that Jimenez has given the Colorado Rockies is innings. He's averaged over 7 innings a start. He has 3 complete games, 2 shutouts, one of them the no-hitter against the Rockies, or excuse me, against the Braves back on the 17th of April. The first Rockies no-hitter in Rockies history.
Tolbert with a double to left and a single to left. And then Morneau. So the Twins hope to get another runner aboard. They've gotten 1 man aboard in every inning so far. They have not, to this point, gotten a second base runner in an inning. A time called Span asking for time at first base.
Yeah, he wanted Scotty Alger, the third base coach, to go through the signs again. There's Scotty. Very good BP pitcher.
Well, Giambi had an interesting theory as to why the ball doesn't carry well here.
Does it have anything to do with steroids?
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't. 1-0 to Tolbert. And a long hold by Jimenez, and Tolbert asked for time. Giambi said he had a couple uncles that were in the concrete contracting business.
Well, they're Italian, aren't they?
I presume. I don't know. And first the 1-0 pitch to Tolbert.
A couple concrete shoes involved in this story?
No.
Okay.
But he says that he knows firsthand, or at least his uncles told him, there's a lot of moisture in concrete. And that maybe when the evening falls here, the air is heavier because of the moisture content in the concrete in this new ballpark. And that is why the ball doesn't carry that well. There's a ball getting away from Olivo, and Span will advance to second base. And that as the concrete dries here, should be a wild pitch, I would imagine. Charged to Jimenez.
Yeah, his 5th wild pitch of the year. I want to hear the rest of the story.
Well, I'm not saying I buy into this, but he said as the concrete dries here, cures, there will be less moisture in the air, and in the evening the ball will carry better next year.
Really? And you sat and talked to him about that?
Wow. I asked him why he thought it didn't carry well during games, and that was one of his theories. That's a close play. They got him! A pickoff at second after the wild pitch.
Tulowitzki gave him the daylight play right there with his glove, and a perfect throw. That's exactly where you want to throw it, right over the bag about chest high. And the quick tag by Tulowitzki. Take a look right here, the spin play. I've mentioned before, Greg Gagne, a former Twin, loved doing this right here. And Span tagged out on that shoulder. Looked like he was safe, but he's called out. Scott Berry, the second base umpire.
And now 3-1 to Tolbert with Morneau on deck. So again, I don't know if I buy into Giambi's theory, but that was offered up by Giambi. Here's a high fly to center, and going back is Gonzalez, and Tolbert sends it to the track about 400 feet away. Another base hit for the Twins, but only 3 men bat against Jimenez.
Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By Lincoln Mercury. Visit your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or go to experiencelm.com. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Fastball down low as Liriano pitches to the Rockies here in the 7th inning. Quest High Speed pitch brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet.
You see both starters throwing the ball extremely hard here today. Jimenez at 98.
2-0 to Iannetta. And now 3-0. Liriano pitching dominantly after the first inning, but matched up against who he's been matched up against today. It might very well be that one inning will cost him and the Twins a ball game.
Well, let's hope now. Let's hopefully the Twins the next 3 innings their offense will take off. But Liriano's only given up 1 hit since that 3-run first inning.
And a walk puts Iannetta aboard, leading off the 7th.
Well, it was a struggle for Liriano in that first inning to get going. Hitting a couple batters in that first inning. Rick Anderson just reminding him to stay on top of that ball, and then after that he's taken off.
Barmes will hit with a runner aboard and nobody out. For that matter, as Butera goes to the mound to talk to Liriano, this is the first time that Liriano and Jimenez have faced each other in the Dominican Winter League. They matched up against each other twice, and Liriano beat Ubaldo Jimenez twice.
Well, Jimenez, 6 shutout innings. Liriano just had 1 bad first inning.
Down low, 2-0. And a strike. Liriano's walked 3 men, Iannetta twice. Got a double play ball in the 4th. Would like to get one here in the 7th. There's a high fly down the left field line. That's going to carry to the corner. Young with the catch, 1 away. The ball does seem to be carrying a little bit better here during the daytime than we've seen it carry at night.
Yeah, this is a kind of the wind that we had, I think, in April and May. It seemed to be very calm here so far in this homestand, but right now the wind blowing pretty good out there.
1 down. I saw Matt Tolbert hit one to center field about 400 feet from home plate. Carlos Gonzalez hitless, 0 for 3 in the day. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez with a couple of hits in the series, including an RBI triple 2 nights ago. Fouled off a leg, and it's 0-2.
Alex Burnett starting to get loose as the pitch count for Liriano right at 91.
And a called 3rd strike, 2 down.
And strikeout number 6 in a ball game for Liriano. Getting Gonzalez for the 2nd time. Good fastball. Great location.
2 down, and Helton, the hitter. It was Helton who stroked a 1-out single to left in the first inning. It started the 3-run first. 7 straight batters reached. on a walk, 2 hit batters, and 4 hits. And the Rockies got 3. They left 3 on base that inning. And Liriano misses inside again. It's 2-0.
Yeah, the base hit by Helton, and then Tulowitzki ended up hitting that triple that scored Helton for the first run of the 3-run first inning.
Slider over, 2-1. Two and 2. Of course, the rules change now for the Twins and for the Rockies too, but the Twins heading out on the road for a week and a half where there will be no designated hitter. And the pitchers like Liriano will have to swing a bat for the first and only time this year. Kubel, when he plays, will have to play in the field. A little roller to short. And Punto gets the force at second. Leadoff walk does no damage. And Justin Morneau will lead off the 7th for the Twins as they try to overcome an early 3-0 deficit. To you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. By Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today to take advantage of special summer savings on Toyota's full lineup of dependable vehicles. And by Quest high-speed internet. Get blazing fast speeds that won't burn up your wallet. 3 runs for the Rockies in the first. And the Twins still trying to put something up on the board against Ubaldo Jimenez. Back up the middle, and Jimenez will retire Morneau on 1 pitch.
Well, those long arms of Jimenez, we've seen him make a couple plays up the middle. That ball kind of behind him, but at 6'4", just kind of reaching back and getting that ball. So a quick first out of Justin Morneau, jumping on that first breaking ball right here. And Jimenez getting it, getting the out at first.
So 1 gone, and Kubel at the plate. And a gust of wind blowing through here. Wow.
Hold down your papers.
All sorts of debris blowing around this ballpark here suddenly. You know, earlier today, the wind, according to the flags above the left field stand, Kubel pulls it through the hole to right. He'll get a base hit. The the flags above the seating area in left field were blowing out from left field, and you're kind of getting a mixed bag of wind currents out there now. But when I walked out to right field, there was a distinct current of wind blowing in from right field. And I think that's one of the challenges here in this ballpark, figuring out where the wind is blowing in what direction. It might be blowing in from left and out to right and channels in between. Here's Kadire with a man aboard and one out.
Are you saying there's a channel here? Like in Texas?
I think it probably changes from game to game and from within the game. 1-1 to Kadire. Twins need a jolt here to get back in the game. There's a Tapper foul, 1-2. Kadire with a couple of grounders to short so far.
He doesn't want to do that in this at bat.
Inside. Baldo Jimenez. Talk of the National League, at least until Steven Strasburg showed up. Couple of shakeoffs. And now the 2-2. Breaking ball missed. And it's 3-2 with Young on deck. Very close pitch taken by Kadire. A little bit low, I guess. See if the Twins send Kubel here. Conservative lead. There he goes, and Kadire taps it foul.
Well, Jimenez seems like he's a pitcher. It's hard to make good, solid contact against him. 85 pitches. 49 have been strikes. A lot of ground ball outs. 11 ground ball outs so far.
Another 3-2 to Kadire. Kubel goes again. Pitch grounded to the right side. And Barmes makes the play. And Kubel advances to second, 2 down. Mountain Dew game summary so far.
Well, in the first inning, it was Troy Tulowitzki that ended up getting that triple past. That was Denard Span. Olivo gets the base hit. And 3 innings for the Colorado Rockies. 3 runs in that first inning, but Jimenez has taken it over from there. 3 double plays the Twins have hit into this afternoon.
Twins looking for an icebreaker here off the bat of Delman Young. Fastball on the outside corner. Young singled to right in the second, and then he hit a ground ball to Todd Helton in the fifth. And Young will go to first. I think that hit him. No. Somehow he avoided getting hit by that pitch. He's been pitched very closely inside here by Jimenez.
Well, take a look at this pitch right here. Delman just getting out of the way off the tip of the glove of Olivo. Delman probably thinking that ball went through him.
So 1-1 to Young. That's foul, 1-2. Running out of outs. They'd like to get a 2-out hit here from Young to get Kubel in from second base. And Jimenez gets a strikeout of Young, stranding Kubel at second. Just the 4th strikeout for Jimenez, and he's got 7 shutout innings against the Twins.
at our Home Depot defense. Doing more on defense. Brought to you by Home Depot. It's Drew Butera right there, getting that ball down that first base line, making a nice defensive play. Getting Brad Hope out at first base.
Now we go to the 8th inning, and the Twins go to their bullpen after Liriano successfully recovered after the rough start. And Alex Burnett will pick up the ball in the 8th.
Yeah, another quality start, and that's what they, 3 earned runs for Liriano in 7 innings. Now 11 of 13 of his starts have been quality starts, but he finds himself down 3-0. Alex Burnett coming into the ball game. He pitched here the other night, 1 shutout inning.
Tulowitzki will lead off the 8th, and Burnett starts him with a strike. Tigers have opened up a 7-1 lead on Washington in the 6th inning. Tulowitzki, Spilborghs, and Olivo to face Burnett here in the 8th inning. Over the Twins dugout, 2 strikes. At one point, Ron Gardenhire was imagining a world where he would have just 11 pitchers going into this week-and-a-half road trip in National League parks. But he said they just can't do that now. And one of the reasons is, who would you take out of the bullpen at this point? It'd be hard to take Burnett out. Oh, boy. Tulowitzki takes one high and is hit by a pitch on the back of the left hand, it appears. An 0-2 pitch that sailed up and in, and Tulowitzki gets hit. He's the 3rd Colorado hitter hit by a pitch today. And Tulowitzki putting together an all-star season for the Rockies in the first half, drilled by this pitch.
Yeah, Twins trying to go inside, but the ball a little bit too far inside, and getting that light left hand of Tulowitzki. Remember in yesterday's ball game, Delman Young got hit, and it was kind of a blow hit because the ball ended up back by the screen. That ball right there, you could see it hit and then go toward the Twins dugout. So that was solid.
Tulowitzki with that hand wrapped already, and they're looking at the wrist area.
Let's say happy 91st birthday to Clara Keatson from Union Hill. Clara, happy 91st birthday.
Union Hill, Minnesota?
I hope so. Yes, in Minnesota.
Down by New Prague, I'm told. And Tulowitzki, and this is a great relief for everybody. He's going to be able to stay in the game. So he's reached 3 times here today with an RBI triple, a walk in the 5th, and now hit by a Burnett pitch. And that'll bring up Spilborghs. Spilborghs hit by a pitch. He later scored back in the 1st inning. Since then, a bouncer to 3rd and a strikeout. High fly to center. Span running hard, and that ball is gone. With Spilborghs hitting a 2-run home run to the deepest part of the park.
Well, remember, Matt Tolbert hit that high fly ball that just kept going, and I think Span was a little surprised by where this ball ended up. Spilborghs with his 7th home run of the year. Got it into that channel, I guess, that's here today. Looks like a pop-up, but that ball just keeps going into the bullpen of the Rockies.
And so Burnett gets ahead of Tulowitzki. 0-2 hits him, and on the very next pitch, he's given up 2 runs.
That's the first home run that Burnett has allowed this year.
And now Olivo. Big swing and a foul. The home run hit by Ryan Spilborghs means another $17,000 has been raised to support prostate cancer research. And to make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE or go online to www.pcf.org. measure the home run at 415 feet. Now here's another drive to center. Span has to come in. Makes the catch there, one away. You can vote for the 2010 All-Star teams that'll be playing in the Midsummer Classic in Anaheim. Vote for all the Twins and the rest of your favorite major leaguers online at twinsbaseball.com. Vote early, vote often. See if we can get Mr. Morneau is the starting first baseman. His biggest competition might now come from Detroit's Miguel Cabrera. At any rate, twinsbaseball.com, where Twins baseball is always on. Melvin Mora, the hitter, an RBI single back in the first. Curve tap to third. Valencia to his left. Morneau digs it out, 2 down.
That's a nice play right there by Valencia. He had to get that on that little short hop. Again, he's played a very solid third base. Guys make it look so easy. Of course, they work on this day after day. A lot of early ground balls. But watch this ball right there. A little short hop, and then the throw over to Justin for the second out.
Valencia was told at least once in his hopes of getting here to stay, look, it would be better for you to be seen and not heard. Just go about your business, make the plays, and be a professional. And he's, I think, done that.
He's done a great job of that.
He's gotten some hits. He's made every play asked of him at third base. Over the Rocky dugout, out of play. And while the Twins are hopeful that Orlando Hudson will rejoin the roster on Friday, there's less certainty regarding J.J. Hardy. They really won't know about Hardy's status until he starts doing some baseball stuff, getting the splint off his, or the brace off his injured wrist. $40,741 the paid today. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, last night's crowd, 40,814, the largest crowd to watch the Twins play so far. So this was probably the second largest.
And a breaking pitch, wrapped to right field. Hawk with a base hit with 2 gone in the 8th.
Yeah, his second hit of the ball game.
Here's Iannetta. Double play ball and a pair of walks. Half swing, but a strike. Rockies head back home. Will play by National League rules, obviously. Actually, they're the odd team, odd National League team, along with the Brewers this weekend. They play within their own league while everybody else plays interleague baseball. And they'll host the Red Sox next week. I would guess there's some value to the Twins heading out on the road and having all these National League series in a row. It's a different game, a different style of game. You can get them all over and done with in one burst, if you will.
You know what I heard? What Michael Kadire said, and I think Nick Punto yesterday about they like interleague play. They like to see the Rockies fans get a chance to see Todd Helton here, Jimenez pitch here this afternoon. I'm still not that. I'm kind of over interleague play. I feel a lot like Tim Laudner did in the pregame. That type feeling. How about yourself?
Well, there's again got to be a way to have some uniformity within the division for interleague opponents. While the Tigers and White Sox are playing the Nationals, Pirates, the Twins are playing a couple of pretty good teams. There's a little squibber back to the mound. And you'd hate to have a division champion at the end of September, early October, determined by the novelty of the interleague schedule.
Eighth inning. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Has been a good game for Ubaldo Jimenez, and we've got a good post-game show. We're going to break down Jimenez and Liriano on Quest Twins Live, featuring the Toyota post-game. Right, we'll talk about the Dominican pitchers duel. Francisco Liriano goes 7 innings, just has a rough first, settled down after that, and was spectacular. Our instructional today is catchers playing the bunt, and we'll bring you clubhouse reaction from manager Ron Gardhire, all following the game on Quest Twins Live. Dick?
Thanks, Robbie. Danny Valencia will lead things off in the 8th. Jim Thome in the on-deck circle. And Valencia chops one to short. And a quick out here in the 8th inning.
Now the 13th ground ball out that Jimenez have been able to get.
Jim Thome. Jonathan Herrera's at second base, and Barmas moving over to short. Remember, Tulowitzki was hit by a pitch, so he'll get that left hand taken care of here for the final couple innings of this final game of this series. Jim Thome's been kind of the victim of a couple of hot hitters in the Twins lineup. It's been hard for Ron Gardenhire to get him playing time, because the two hottest hitters throughout this homestand have been Delman Young and Jason Kubel. So under the premise that your hottest hitters need to play, and if both Young and Kubel are swinging the bat well, that doesn't leave left field open for Jason Kubel. It doesn't open up a DH spot for Jim Thome. 3-0 to Thome. This is the role Thome will be relegated to here for the next week and a half. Pinch hitting. Twins have no intention of putting him out at first base at all. Lash to left center. And off the base of the fence, and Thome will glide into second base with a double.
Well, he's that threat for Ron Gardenhire late in the ball game, in a closer ball game than this right here, to drive in some runs. 4 hits in now 14 at-bats as a pinch hitter. Thome hitting his 9th double. A fastball away and takes it the other way.
So Thome hits it a long way to left center field. He stands at second base and now is pinch run for by Brendan Harris. So Harris at second. He'll stay in the game in the infield, one would presume, and now Drew Butera will hit.
The Twins get their 7th hit. The hits are even at 7 apiece. Second double for the Twins here tonight with 5 singles.
Now to center, Butera drives a sharp single to center. Harris will round third and score, and the Twins are on the board. So 5-1. And Span will hit with Butera, driving in his third run of the year.
He jumped on that first fastball and hit it right up the middle. Gonzalez out on center field, slipping a little bit when he's trying to make good footing maybe to throw that ball in. But able to get that ball back into the infield, so Butera an RBI single. As Harris scores.
First time this afternoon the Twins have had two batters reach in the same inning against Jimenez. How about Bob Apodaca's quote regarding Jimenez? As good as he's been, the Colorado pitching coach says he thinks there's another level yet that he can reach. I mean, here's a guy who's 12-1 in 13 starts. Might be headed to his 13th win in 14 starts. And the pitching coach says, no, he can get better.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's what you want. You want to get better and better and better. Yeah, he's having a fantastic year, 12-1, but, you know, he's still a young man. And really at the major league level, only in his 5th season. And really only his 3rd season as an everyday starter. Joe Beimel starting to loosen up. He worked in last night's ball game.
So here's Span.
I mean, in his 13 starts this year, 6 of those starts, he didn't allow a run. Of course, one of them was a no-hitter. One was a shutout, 9-inning shutout.
Span singled his last time up. Strike on the outside corner. He's yet to throw his 100th pitch. This will be number 99. Wide of the plate, 1-1. Two and one.
He's one of those pitchers that has that nice fluid motion straight over the top, and then the ball just explodes out of his hand. That last pitch, his 100th pitch, clocked at 95.
Half swing, and it is 3-1. Of course, the whole complexion of this bottom of the 8th inning changed because of the top of the 8th inning. If the Twins had scored a run, it was 3-1, and Span represented the tying run, things would be different. As it is, the Twins need to string some things together here. Span chips it foul, 3-2.
Well, out of the stretch position, he's a guy that has long arms that really, you can see that where that arm ends up behind him, and then that whip toward home plate.
Full count to Span. And he draws a walk. And now Tolbert is going to be called back, and it looks like Mauer's going to hit. Well, the Twins trying to take advantage of an opportunity here to jump right back into the ballgame.
Yeah, you don't always have to do it in the bottom of the 9th inning. When the opportunity comes in the 8th or the 7th, Ron Gardenhire, one of those managers, said, hey, we got to get the bullets up there now.
Beimel is warmed up, and we'll see if the Rockies answer with a move of their own. And apparently not. Morneau on deck. He represents the tying run. Outside, only once this year has Jimenez been taken out in the middle of an inning. That was back on April 22nd against the Nationals.
It got taken out in the 8th inning. It wasn't the 3rd or the 4th, it was the 8th inning.
There's a strike on the outside corner. And of course, as we said before, the Twins have all but completed a 9-game homestand. They have not gotten a home run in this homestand from Morneau, Thome, Cuddyer, or Mauer. And for that matter, Mauer has yet to hit one in his new ballpark. 1-1. Chopper foul up the right side. Mauer did hit a home run here in the exhibition series against the Cardinals to straightaway center field.
Well, Joe 0 for 3 so far as a pinch hitter. I'd like to make it 1 for 4 right here. Joe hitting at .311, 19 doubles, a triple, a couple home runs.
The delay here is Iannetta is heading out to the bullpen to do some catching. One on the board here in the 8th. A couple of men out there for Mauer, and he stands in with a 1-2 count. Two and 2. To Mauer. Full count with Morneau on deck. Down to 4 runs. See if the Twins do anything with the runners. I would suspect not.
This is the 10th 3-ball count.
Line right to the second baseman. And a double play. Span doubled off. The runners weren't going. And Span still is doubled off first. Jerry White pleading his case to no avail. Five to 1, I believe the call made by Chris Guccione was that Helton tagged Span before he got to the bag.
Right. You see the line drive right there, and then the throw to Todd Helton, and on his way in, he tagged Span right there before he could get back to the bag.
And Span disagreed. Jerry White disagreed, and then between innings, Ron Gardenhire came out, but Twins have made a couple of outs on the bases, and you cannot do that when you're. Denard Span's made a couple outs on the bases. You just can't do that when you're facing somebody like Ubaldo Jimenez.
Well, Ron Mayhay coming into the ball game, making his 19th relief appearance. Mayhay last worked here on Sunday against the Atlanta Braves.
And Mayhay will face Barmes, Gonzalez, and Helton. Brendan Harris in the game at second, and Trevor Plouffe over at short. So Ron Gardenhire here has used his entire bench. If you're wondering why would he have wanted an extra bench player for the National League style games coming up, you've just seen why in one inning with the designated hitter to start the ball game. Ron Gardenhire's used all 4 of his bench moves to try to come back against the Rockies.
He tried to come back and win the ball game right there in the 8th inning.
So a hit for Barmes leading off the 9th against Ron Mayhay. Seth Smith is going to hit for Gonzalez. And strike.
Smith 3 hits so far in the series. 2 here on Tuesday, and then a double in last night's ball game.
A pop-up foul. It'll reach the seats. Two strikes. Mayhay, the third lefty for the Twins out of the bullpen. Brian Dunsing, kind of a longer guy. Maharis has re-inherited the role that he had last year and the year before. The pressure-packed lefty in a key spot, as was the case last night. Got the job done, getting the Twins through the 8th inning. Mayhay, this appearance notwithstanding, just kind of a situational guy, maybe to get one left-handed hitter out. Might be asked early in a ball game in Philadelphia to maybe take a shot at Ryan Howard. One and two. To center. Span has a long run to his right. He makes the catch for out number 1. Coming up on Saturday, Target Field will host all 3 Minnesota high school baseball championships in one day. The Prep Championship Series begins at noon with the Class A title game, and you can be here to watch it. Tickets will be available for purchase at the Target Field box office Saturday, and if you'd like more information, visit mshsl.org. Twins will be in Philadelphia, and high school baseball will take over Target Field. Be a great thrill, win or lose, for all the young men playing in any of the 3 games. Runner goes. Butera's throw skips to Harris. So it'll be a stolen base for Barmes with 1 away in the 9th.
Well, Barmes stealing his first base of the year. Got a pretty good jump right there on Mayhay. And the throw a little bit low gets past Trevor Plouffe. But there's Harris right there backing up.
Now Butera and Mayhay will get their signal straight. Helton 1 for 4, but his one was a big one. It started the 3-run first inning for the Rockies. Lifted to left. Long run for Young. And it's Young making a running catch near the line with Plouffe in the vicinity, 2 away.
Again, the wind playing havoc right there.
Time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Oh, Ryan Spielborg's 2-run home run off of Alex Burnett in the 8th inning, giving the Rockies a 5-0 lead. And into the bullpen of the Rockies. Alex Burnett allowing his first home run of the year.
Here's Tulowitzki, or in Tulowitzki's spot, I should say. It's
I believe it's Herrera.
Yep. To right center and Span in the gap. Has to make a basket catch at the end with the wind maybe pushing that towards the infield. Bottom of the ninth. The Twins down by 4. The edge went to Jimenez.
Well, Liriano just had a tough time in that first inning. Hit a couple batters, walked a batter, and the Rockies were able to score 3 runs, and then, boy, did he settle down. He retired 7 in a row at a time, but put some zeros on the board. But Jimenez was just too tough. 8 very good innings for Jimenez. Got some double plays turned behind him, a total of 4 double plays.
We go to game reset with the Rockies taking control of the game in the first inning, and now a 4-run lead as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Manny Corpus coming into the ball game. First man he'll face, Justin Morneau. Morneau takes a strike at the knees.
Well, Corpus in his 5th season with the Colorado Rockies. Good fastball in the low 90s, a slurve type of curveball, and a changeup.
And Morneau whistles one to left field, and a nice running catch by Spielborgs in left. Smith, I beg your pardon, in left.
Now Spielborg's moving over to center field. So Justin hit it on a line, but Smith coming in and making a nice sliding catch.
So Mauer lines into a double play to end the 8th, and Morneau hits the ball sharply to line out to start the 9th. Not exactly how you'd like to wrap up a week-and-a-half long homestand. See if Kubel can get something started. The Rockies bullpen has been very, very good, and they haven't gotten anything yet from Houston Street, whom they hope to welcome back to the roster here shortly.
Yeah, Corpus has 8 of the 11 saves out of that bullpen.
Street hasn't thrown a pitch for the Rockies yet. So an already a strength of the ball club. The bullpen figures to get significantly stronger when Street comes back. Here's a pop-up, and the wind is going to help keep this in play. In front of the Twins dugout, Kubel is retired, 2 down. And that'll bring up Michael Kadire.
Well, what the Twins want to do is win series, and that's what they're able to do here against the Rockies. They're just one bad inning, really a couple, the first inning and the 8th inning, but not much offense here today for the Minnesota Twins. And you can credit Menace kind of stopping some of that offense here this afternoon.
Here's Kanayer, last hope for the Twins. 3 ground ball outs for Michael, and he takes ball 1. The Twins in this homestand won 2 of 3 from the Royals. They lost 2 of 3 to the Braves, and might have to be satisfied with 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. It all adds up to a 5-4 homestand if they lose here today. 1-1. And the Twins expect to make a roster move. They hope to make a roster move before the game tomorrow, activating Orlando Hudson. Kanayer drives it to right, and that'll wrap it up. So the Twins win the first 2. They run into baseball's hottest pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez, and he shuts them down through 8 innings.
Yeah, Jimenez did a great job. Liriano gave up 3 in the first, but Jimenez is the Jimmy John's delivery of the game. 8 very good innings. His record improves to 13-3, allowing only 1 run in 8 very good innings.
And with the Ryan Spilborghs home run, the only home run hit in today's game, $17,000 has been raised in our game for prostate cancer research. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE or go online.